All right, so I've been getting a lot of questions about the spring 2020 semester and kind of what should I take, where should and I'm trying to meet with everybody, but I'm really busy. You're really busy. A lot of times you can't come in and see me. So I'm making a short video. If you know anybody else who has questions about what to take in the program, share this with them. And this is for the computer security and networking program. So if we look at kind of the core classes up here, we have basically 4 groups of your classes that you take in the program. So this would be either for the computer security and networking associate's degree, in which case you'd also have to take GEs, or if you're just doing the certificate, it would be these classes only. So over here in yellow, we have BCom 15, which is business communications, and COSA 50, which is intro to IT technology, information technology. So those ones are kind of non-technical. So those aren't prereqs for anything else. You could take those anywhere in the program. You could squeeze those in. You could take those in winter or summer. If you have a semester where you can't take as many classes, you could fit those in. But you don't need to take those before you take anything else, right? Then we have the classes I have here in green, COSN 5, which is computer hardware fundamentals, COSN 10, which is computer networking fundamentals. That's kind of the foundation. Everything else in the program is built on that. How do computers work and how do they talk to each other? Everything else we do is based upon those things. The second tier are kind of the foundational IT skills that you need to get a job in the field, which is COSN 205, which is Linux. So Linux is the back end of everything. If you played a video game, if you went to a website, it's a Linux server running somewhere out there. And in that class, 205, that's where we kind of teach you, here's how to run Linux commands for the command line, here's how to do basic Linux configuration, how Linux works as an operating system. 225, the next one there, that's Windows client. Whereas Linux is the back end of everything, Windows is the front end of everything. And most of your first jobs will be doing at least some desktop help desk type support, helping people connect to the internet, get their email working, get an application to run, that type of thing. And that's what we work on in that class, troubleshooting and deployment and installation and configuring and management of Windows client machines, which nowadays is Windows 10 and always will be because they're not doing any more Windows update or Windows operating systems. And then COSS 271, that's the class that prepares you for the Security Plus, CompTIA Security Plus certification. And that, that again is kind of the foundational security information that you need to function in any role in an IT department, right? So even if you're not doing security, you need to know, okay, these are our physical vulnerabilities, these are our network vulnerabilities, and here's how we manage those. Those things are kind of the foundation of everything that you do in the computer security networking program. And then this last tier here, we have an elective, and you have lots of different electives to choose from. In spring, you could take 230, which is an online class that's the Windows server. You could take 210, which is the advanced Linux, 270, COSS 272, which is digital forensics. Any of those would count towards the elective. And then finally, your Capstone Class, 299. The Capstone Class takes everything you've learned everywhere else and ties it together. So you have a server and a networking appliance and a security appliance, and you build a whole network from top to bottom. Because when you go in for your first job interview, the real question they're trying to answer is, why should I hire you? And with a Capstone Class, your answer is, because I've built an entire network from top to bottom. I know how everything works. So you're applying all the things you learned in pieces in one project. So for spring, I have an Excel sheet that kind of breaks things down by day. And what you'll notice is we kind of overloaded Wednesdays. So you see that we actually have, on Wednesday evening, we have 3 classes offered. We don't normally do that. Things got a little topsy-turvy. If you want the spreadsheet, go ahead and send me an email. I can bounce it back to you. My email is gwhelan@lbcc.edu. And if you just want to talk about the classes, you can email me as well. So for those of you who are just starting out in the computer security networking program, you should be looking at these green classes here. So COSN 5, which is computer hardware fundamentals, that one, you see we have Tuesday, Thursday afternoon. I think that's 3:30 to 5:30. So if you're taking day classes, that's an opportunity to take that class. The other intro class you'd be looking at is COSN 10, which is Networking Fundamentals. And you see we have that offered Friday morning from 9 to 12:30, and then Wednesday night from 6 to 9. Right? So those are the offerings for 10 and 5. Those are the classes that you want to start off with if you are, if you haven't taken them yet. Once you've taken those, you're really ready for that second tier, right? Your IT kind of fundamental courses. So we have 225 from 11 to 12:30. I can't show half hours on this little Excel sheet, but from 11 to 12:30 Monday, Wednesday, we have 225, which is the Windows client. And then from 1 to 3, we have 205, right? The Linux fundamentals. Those are Monday, Wednesday, both at PCC. So you can take those as a block. 271, the other kind of tier 2 class, that's offered Wednesday evening here from 6 to 9. Now, one thing I'd like to point out, for all of our core classes, we alternate, so all those middle tier classes here, we alternate them day and evening. So if you're a day student, those classes that are offered the day and the spring, take those this spring. If you're an evening student, you see 271 is offered in the evening, take that this spring. In the fall, we're going to switch those, and 271 will be offered during the day, and 225 and 205 will be offered in the evening. Those we flip around. Now, the electives and the capstone, those we can't really flip around so much. The capstone so far has only been offered in the evening. We might offer it in the day in the fall, but so far we've only been able to offer it in the evenings. So you see that is Tuesday evening. Our electives that we have going on, we have 210, which is offered Monday evening. That's for advanced Linux. You should have taken Linux first. And then we have 272, which is offered Wednesday evening. That's an advanced digital forensics class. So really, you should have taken 271 before you take that. So you should know if you're ready for those classes. And that's kind of like our third tier over here. If you're taking those classes, you're pretty much ready to be done with the program. So hopefully that clears things up and you have an idea of what you should be taking in the fall. One last thing, I have students ask me about COSS 270, which is a 1-unit online class. That's not really a technical class. That's cybersecurity for non-technical people. That's the class you should have your mom take if she keeps clicking on, spam or phishing links, right? But that's not like something that somebody who works in IT needs to know, right? So don't worry about that, even though it is COSS. But those are the classes you should be looking at if you're getting into the computer security networking program. Again, if you have any questions at all, my email is gwhelan@lbcc.edu. And I will be meeting this Saturday with the Cybersecurity Club from like 12 to 4. So if you have no time during the week to meet with me, that's a good opportunity to stop by. You can also see what the Cybersecurity Club is working on. They got a lot of neat things they're doing. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, let me know.